Now I'm rejoined by Interactive broker Steve Sosnick, as well as Yahoo Finance's Josh Schaefer, to chat about some of these movers that we're watching today. And one of the movers, of course, that's not just a mover of the day, it's a mover of the year, is Nvidia. The latest news with Nvidia today, it's completing its acquisition of an Israeli AI firm called Run AI. Watching this here, the company apparently it has software that helps owners of intelligence computing gear get the best out of their hardware. That was how the Bloomberg report.
It helps you use your chips better and smarter, right? It's sort of how I was reading it, which to me fits into a little bit of part of the Nvidia narrative that we've been talking about over the last week or two, right? It was, I think maybe a week ago now, I was on with Madison Mills and we were talking about Nvidia's playing cloud, right? And trying to build out cloud. And this is also, okay, I bought an Nvidia product. What do I do with it? How do I use it more efficiently? And it's a smart play for Nvidia when you think about just the growth of the company, right? You sell all these people these products, how are you going to keep making money off them and sort of continue to grow top line if it's not selling chips? Maybe it's the services aspect, right?
Well, it's been, I mean, the integration of software and hardware has been one of Nvidia's innovations as a chip maker, right? The other chip makers haven't necessarily done that to with the same degree of success. What's interesting here is that it sounds like Run AI is also potentially going to provide services for other hardware systems, not just NVIDIA. So just another, I mean, I know you watch NVIDIA closely, very closely, Steve.
You can't not.
Right. And so how are you thinking about it as we go into 2025? And there's this relentless push from NVIDIA and its cohort to come up with what's next.
Well, that's really the key. I mean, you know, if you think of AI as the gold rush, and, you know, these are the ultimate pick and shovel. NVIDIA is the manufacturers of pick and shovels for the AI gold rush. And, you know, to the extent that this makes their products more saleable, more useful, provides a longer revenue stream, it makes a lot of sense for all the points that Josh raised. But, you know, to me, NVIDIA is going to remain, at least for early 2025, the stock to watch. And I think, you know, as I brought up in the earlier segment, Earnings expectations are very high for the S&P 500. Well, the S&P 500 is a top-heavy index, and NVIDIA is among the things making it top-heavy. And the one interesting thing is shortly after the inauguration, we launch into earnings season. That's when we start to hear the guidance from basically most companies, all the big cap tech companies, with one big exception, NVIDIA, which is a month later.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's going to be very crucial that NVIDIA can maintain the type of earnings growth that's priced into it. There's a lot of good news priced into this stock. Doesn't mean I'm not going to say they can't do it, but they have to keep this going at a very, very rapid pace to maintain the stock price and maintain the momentum that they have.
And the momentum has faded a little bit here at the end of the year, right? It's still the second best performer in the S&P 500 this year, but it's 6% below its record where it closed on November 7th, right after the election. And it's had some sort of it's had something like 3 corrections this year. So we've definitely had
It's in the intermediate post-earnings when NVIDIA kind of doesn't really go anywhere for a little bit, right? And it feels like there's all these news headlines, and then as it gets closer to earnings, it seems to rally. That's kind of been the trend, at least for the past couple quarters. It'll be interesting.
Imagine a future in which artificial intelligence, as the harbinger of innovation, not only revolutionizes industries, but also the entire fabric of technology. Echo from Silicon Valley to Tel Aviv's streets, at the forefront of this change is NVIDIA Corporation. The acquisition of Run AI, a promising Israeli business, was recently disclosed by NVIDIA. This is the company's biggest move in Israel since the 2020 acquisition of colossal Mellanox Technologies. While the details show an incredible step toward optimizing AI infrastructure, the implications go far beyond the immediate improvements. NVIDIA and Run AI are working together to reshape the AI landscape with a variety of strong solutions, but regulatory bodies are keeping a close eye on things, raising doubts about whether this is just another phase of corporate growth or the start of a new era in technology. Stay tuned to learn about the cutting-edge moves and possible market shifts brought about by this alliance. So what implications does this have for NVIDIA stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on NVIDIA stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video.
Business history of the full 30 years of the company, and then a lot of it is focused on their distinctive, unique culture, which I think is the reason why they've been so successful. I mean, it's like extraordinary outcome. Like you said, the stock performance is incredible. It's actually the best performing U.S. stock in history, with any stock with 20-year returns.
You make the point that a lot of it is due to Jensen's blend of being a technical genius and then a business genius.
Yes. So he has that unique combination that I think most CEOs don't have. Every time there's an instance of where they're almost about to go out of business, he's resilient and resourceful. He comes out with solutions and funding that just come out of nowhere. And he's always been super charismatic ever since the beginning. There was a time in the late 1990s when Intel was trying to snuff them out, telling PC makers, don't buy Nvidia chips, we're coming out with something better. Their sales pipeline completely dried up. And Jensen went to his workforce. He's famous for saying every 30 days, we're about to go out of business. And this time it was true. They're running out of money. And he told his employees, Intel is out to get us. Don't make no mistake.
With a valuation ranging from $600 million to $700 million, NVIDIA's acquisition of Run AI is more than simply a news story. It's a turning point in the developing AI revolution. Through adaptable and effective GPU systems, NVIDIA hopes to enable AI teams. These products have the potential to revolutionize how AI infrastructure optimizes productivity across platforms, from large-scale cloud networks to on-premises configurations. Think about the positivity if you're wondering if this is just another corporate outreach. In a twist of bureaucratic infamy, NVIDIA's ambitions appear to be more in line with visionary expansion than with acquisition. With this step, the European Commission has voiced anti-competitive concerns about this economic endeavor. One may wonder if inspection isn't the spice of corporate life. Even though finance can be lighthearted, NVIDIA's strategic acquisitions carry the weight of future market dynamics. The company's stock saw a startling 190% increase year-to-date, a notable uptick that reflects investor confidence and adds a dash of humor to the stock market story. If technology continues to plod forward and stocks continue to rise, perhaps it's time for our portfolios to learn how to climb trees. To stay informed about the latest developments from NVIDIA and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts, so hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on NVIDIA stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now let's dive into today's video.
Employees were inspired. They were working past midnight. One employee told me that she woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and said, oh, I just worked at midnight. I really want to go back to sleep. But no, I have to wake up. We must kill Intel, kill Intel. So she's like muttering in her head. She was inspired to work harder to fight.
Tay, if Intel's, let's call it a handful of decisions by former CEOs, doomed the company to some extent, what are the decisions that, on the other side, that Jensen made that obviously brought such great success? Are there a couple that you could cite?
I think one key thing is they talk about speed of light, working with extreme speed and velocity. And if you look back at their video game history in the 1990s, they accelerated the product cycle from 18 months to 6 months. I mean, that sounds incredible, right? Typically, a chip took 18 months to design and ship. And they said, no, we're going to do that every 6 months. And that drove all their...
With the expected release of Jets and Thor computers in 2025, NVIDIA is not only strengthening its position in AI infrastructure by integrating Run AI, but it is also well-positioned to expand its robotics projects. NVIDIA and Tesla, another titan of the tech industry, are closely collaborating on the creation of the Optimus humanoid robot, which is expected to be produced by 2025, with plans for wider commercial availability by 2026. This suggests a strong partnership between Tesla's robots and NVIDIA's GPU expertise. While tweets and press releases are ablaze with excitement and anticipation, the true test will be in the observable outcomes that these tech endeavors may produce. Investors eager to capitalize on NVIDIA's advancements may turn to entities such as Vanek Semiconductor ETF SMH and Fidelity MSCI Information Technology Index ETF, which provide a doorway to nurture their portfolios in this changing landscape. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Endless execution, improvement has shown why they've been successful for the last 30 years.
What I like is that you trace it all the way back to when they were a startup. Often, though, this is a very different company than it was back then. When the company gets very big, it changes,
yes.
right? Structure, culture, innovation, that sort of desire to go out and kill and compete. What's your sense of what's happening now that it's become a multi-trillion-dollar company leading AI?
So that's exactly the main point. The key thing that happens, I think, for most corporations in the U.S. is as they get larger, this dysfunction just breeds inside the company. You get endless meetings, indecisive paralysis. Some of the sources told me it's like swimming in quicksand trying to get decisions done. And at Google, Microsoft, Apple, just the bureaucracy goes insane. NVIDIA, Jensen's culture has been able to tamper that down. I mean, if you do anything where you're trying to make your boss's boss better, which I think is a big portion of all the internal politics and bureaucracy, he'll dress you down right in public. And he told me, if someone is ever doing that, I'll embarrass him in front of everyone.
As we see this revolutionary age unfold, the horizon is promising for Nvidia and its stakeholders. With a reported increase of over 190% year-to-date, Nvidia's stock performance is a testament to its strategic acumen and market foresight. The company's innovative strides are paving the way for potentially unprecedented growth. If there's ever a time to match investment strategies with technological evolution, it's now Nvidia's forecasts. The company is poised to achieve exponential growth in the future years, thanks to the upcoming initiatives that are emerging at the nexus of AI, robotics, and hardware innovation. However, the road to success is not just lined with venture capital, but lined with regulatory navigation and competitive resilience. When you think about your investment choices, take into account the path that Nvidia takes, which is laced with potential and rapid innovation. So, dear viewers, what do you think about Nvidia's strategic expansion? Where do you stand in this global tech odyssey, and how do you feel about the overflow of AI into our daily lives? And lastly, click on the next video on your screen to see what businesses like Nvidia have been up to lately. I hope to see you there.